how do we respond, or what is the role as you see, because you've been staying here and also been part of so many different cultures, so many different streams, and with that richness of your experience, how do we see the role of the Europe in today's time and all of this right now in the world, spiritually, physically, and in manifesting?
Yeah, I'm as a Swiss living in Europe, I can't believe it. We are not part of the EU, but we are living in the European context. And of course, I watch and see as an observer what is happening in Europe at the moment. We are also in a transition. When you look at the political and financial and economical movements, what is happening, we are in a transition, and you see how the energies, the different energies, are energetic sized, dark and light ones, so it is more visible. What is not yet integrated in a nation, but also in a European context. We can say nowadays that Europe is in a crisis, has a crisis. In the Chinese, crisis means danger and a chance at the same time. So in a way, I would call it an evolutionary crisis, because it's not only Europe, it's the whole planet. But it can be exemplified in Europe. You have tendencies, to break off. You have nationalism coming again. You have also tendencies of people that really want to reunite on another level Europe. So we all observe that. Europe has something very beautiful. After the experience of First World War, and Second World War, people came together and said, no, we cannot continue like that. It was on the base of suffering that they said, no more like that. So there were some great spirits that had a vision of creating Europe, and on the fundament of human rights, and also from the French Revolution of brotherhood, freedom and equality. And that is actually a very interesting fundament for the last 70 years. We had peace in Europe, first time. When you look at peace, at the history of Europe, 70 years, we never had that. So that's big, that's huge. At the same time, we can see now that we had in Europe, the western part of Europe, had the focus on freedom, the focus more on a free market. The idea was also to make an economical effort so that would benefit through the free market everybody. Yes, there was a lot of improving in the whole European area. Now we have to realize that there is the inequality is really separating. We have a few rich people and we have poverty coming up again. We know actually, which is halfway for sure or scientific, but it is said that about 98 people or 89 people of the world are controlling half of the wealth and the financial system, which is enormous. So you understand that that's just a mirror also what is happening here, and I think we have lost something to really care for everybody, and not have profit or the eye of maximizing materialistic processes and all that. That is one aspect that helps with the crisis, that, we have questions. Then I think what is very beautiful concerning Europe is that really democracy has been born in Europe. It has to do with Greece, it has to be with the whole European countries, and I think that's a big value. The Americans have also democracy, but they have a different taste in it. It's more linked to freedom. In our country we have more the roots of democracy, which could really be something to share with the whole world as a contribution. At the same time, we have a colony history. We have made profits from the third world. At that time we called it, with our colonies, which has wounded and has done harm to many cultures, many people. We have to look at that and understand what to do. Then we have a richness in Europe which I think is very beautiful. We have, even in Switzerland, 4 different cultures: French, Swiss-speaking, German-speaking, Italian-speaking, Romansh. We have France, we have all this Italy, Portugal, Spain, Hungary, Poland, all, so on a little place geographically, such a dense culture and beauty. And even, which might sound now strange that I say, but the background of our culture is also Christianity, that flows out of the Jewish people and continues with the Islam in a way. We have these 3 main religions in Israel, Jerusalem, all around there. It's a hot spot. And if you are able to make there peace, it's possible probably on the whole world. So to estimate, to see also the richness, the gifts we have, I think is important. At the same time, I think through the war there is still a lot of woundedness between the national states we have. There is still a lot to heal. It's not yet done. So considering all that, Europe has a potential when it is able to consciously see all that is given, all the reflection that has to be seen about colonialism, about hurting each other through war and all this. There is a potential on a new level that we could form a template that could maybe inspire globally a way of living together with different religions, different cultures, different languages, focusing more on oneness before all differences, and create together a new Europe, a new culture in Europe. So I'm interested in that, also integrating all these projects, approaches already growing within Europe, in the whole global area, to bring that together and tell the people, see what is possible, what is already there. Get, in a way, seen by mainstream, because at the moment we get the bad news, we don't get the good news. And I think to inspire and have a vision about Europe, how we can create a new ground, integrating what has already experienced and learned from history and through the time of being Europe, that would be something interesting. What my contribution to that is, because the view of the mystics looks from the point of oneness and sees that a new Europe can only be born in the hearts of each human being. It's an inner alchemy where the separation between the inner world of a human being, or the Europeans, and the outer world, this separation will melt. And we understand peace out there starts here, within each human heart. If we want to be part of a humanity that is able to have peace, to dance around the tree of life and not the tree of surviving or separation, that is the shift that has to be taken. If we dream of all of that, have the intention and see the connectedness of the inner alchemy with the European alchemy, maybe one day Anima Mundi, the world soul, is really consciously united. So maybe Europe can give a small contribution in our learning process of finding a new base on fundamental human rights, on the love for every culture, every religion, every nation in its perfume, being united in that has no taste, no color, no religion, embracing all religion, embracing all that is.
Thank you.